I'm back, baby. It's been a while since we made a video during the day, man. I think they've always been at night, pushing the Eagles to prime time. You know, national televised games, which is pretty cool. I get to watch them, so I don't have to find ways to watch the damn game and shit. Well, it's just, to be honest, man. Like, today was good. It started off good for the defense, but it's been part of what most of our problems been all season. Struggling in the secondary. Today specifically, allowing 200 rush yards. It was today, even though we had that 99-yard return from Sidney Jones, the rookie corner. It was just a bad day for the D. Is that why we lost? No. That brings me to my next point, why we lost. We lost today because, honestly, this is one of the rare occurrences that I never thought would actually happen. An 11-5 Eagles team has the worst, and I say this, like, more worse, or the baddest, I should say, offensive play caller in NFL history, man. I mean, we're 11-5, and we just cannot simply finish ball games, and it's by play calling. It literally is, man. The Jets game, this game. What other game was it that we lost? I know we lost to the Cowboys and the Niners pretty badly. And the Seahawks. Those 3 games were lost because of Brian Johnson, the offensive coordinator. They were lost because of that man and him not knowing how to play call. And that's just because not on the last drive, not on the last 2 series, throughout the game, having plenty of opportunities to get first downs, to continue drives, and it's because of this man's play calling we lost those 3 games, including today's game. If I was the organization, I would, honestly, the Giants game, sit everybody. I don't play any starters, man. We have clinched a playoff berth. Let's leave it at that, dude. Devontae Smith left the game today. I don't need no more injuries. We don't need no more injuries. I think we cut our losses. We lost this game. It's already over with the number 1 seed. I think we let the division title go. Who gives a fuck? I think we just cut our losses, and we're gonna, even though we win the division, dude, for some weird crazy reason Dallas loses next week. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get 1 game at home, I believe. We probably still have a chance to fight for the number 2 seed, but would I risk it? After this game, after this play caller that we have, this worst play caller that we have in Eagles history, dude, worse than Doug Peterson, when we went, I believe, what was it, 4-12? I mean, he's worse than that season that we traded Carson Wentz, that we had to fire Doug Peterson. This man is worse than that. Because people are going to be like, well, no, we're 11-5. We went 10-1. We went 10-1 because of the talent, personnel we have on this team. If you go back and watch all the games, dude, we've had this season, and all the broken down plays Jalen Hurts had to make up for. I mean, that's why we are 11-5, dude. We're not 11-5 because of Brian Johnson. He's like a small speck of a reason why we're 11-5, dude. He's more of a reason for the 5 losses than he is for the 11 wins, dude. And honestly, we get to San Francisco or wherever we're gonna get to, if we might even be one and done in the playoffs. And right after that, I'm firing Brian Johnson, dude. I'm without hesitation, man. I'm gonna fire that man in a heartbeat. I don't even yes, You know what? Earlier this year, a couple of games back, I said, you know what? These guys need another game, another season under their belt. But on the defensive side, I gotta give Shane Desai, you know what? Some kind of like reason, dude, because with the personnel we have, even changing the defensive play caller, Patricia has done everything he can, and shit is still happening. There's still fucking like horrible allowance, too much cushion. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of contact, like I'm talking about the first 5 yards, you have the 5-yard bumps. The guys need to get in the middle for those slant. There's a lot of in the middle slant passes that were it's too easy. That's too easy, dude. You need to get in front of those receivers and deflect that ball. The 200-yard rushing, that's inevitable. There's going to be a bad game for the defense, and I feel like today was that game. But what really pisses me off the most, man, is the fact that there's 5 minutes left. We get a holding call, and you know what? That's like penalties. I got mad at them, but they're inevitable. You get a penalty, like, oh, well, you're going to have to fucking play around it. There's just no way around it. Penalties happen. That's it. Like, that's not my problem. My problem is, you know what? It's 1st and 20. They ran the draw with Hurts, and then Gainwell gets a block for 4 yards. I liked it. And then this the worst play caller in any Eagles history goes back and does the same play. Like, it's 2nd and 16, dude. 2nd and fucking 16. You can't simply, this is what I've been saying all season, dude. Like, from the midway point, from when we started losing, in the 3-game losing streak. The first game we lost, Chingao. Move the chains. Get first downs. We got too many 10-yard the field routes for the receiver. And that's what this guy has a problem with. He has a problem with, okay, we need more explosive plays. We need to get the receivers open. The plays need to develop faster. That hasn't been working since fucking 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks ago. And this guy's so stubborn and he's still fucking doing the same shit. And then when you decide to run the ball on the worst time of the fucking game, when you need to draw up a fucking slant play on the 2nd and 16, you go with the same quarterback sneak, like run to the fucking right. And that's just too easy for a defense. That's just too easy for the Cardinal defense to read, dude. After running the play before, you ran the same play. How stupid and dumb can you be, dude? Like literally, how dumb is that? How dumb is that, dude? How? It's just simple ass fucking play calling, dude. And this man can't get it accomplished. In the first half, drew up a play with Gainwell, and he had a pass to Devontae Smith, and I was starting to think, you know what? Maybe this guy is finally pulling some plays out of the playbook. He's finally trying to do something. But no. Fucking ends another game. This is the 3rd game. I honestly, dude, the 3rd loss out of our 5 losses. And you know what? There's a case to be made that all 5 losses are on Brian Johnson. Like seriously, dude. Seriously. He didn't know what to do against the Niners. We put up 19. It was 42-19. Goes to Dallas, and you know what? We had 3 turnovers. Okay, so there's some kind of maybe not all on him. We did have some turnovers in the Niners game, but didn't finish drives. You know what I mean? In Seattle, only 17 points. There's a case to be made. You put it on him. There's 2 interceptions, but I mean, we didn't really run it. So there's a case, like, he has a lot of fault in that law apart from the 2 turnover. Like, you could say, okay, like 40 45% is Jalen Hurts, and the other 55 is on Brian Johnson, dude. In that Seahawks loss. And the Jets lost earlier this season. Like 39, 50 passes to like 11, 10 runs. That was most of that. And you know what? Yeah, Hurts had a couple of interceptions in that game too. But when you lean the percentage on one side on the pass, who does that fall on? That falls on Jalen? No, that falls on the play caller. That falls on Brian Johnson, the offensive coordinator. So in that game, it's more of like an 85 to 15% loss on Brian Johnson, dude, than it is on Hurts. I mean, it's just been horrible, dude. It's been a disaster. It's been a disaster at play calling in the offense as well as the defense. But now you're seeing, after 1 week left in the regular season, now you're seeing that it's not just the play calling on defense, it's the personnel. We're missing tackles. There's too much cushion. There's not a lot of contact. You have guys coming saying out, I'm not as young as I used to make this kind of contact. As far as cornerbacks, I'm not going to say names. You guys know who you are. That's just wow, dude. To come out in the middle of the season and say all that dumb shit, that's just fucking stupid to me, in my eyes. We're just trying to get to the Super Bowl and get a championship. Because to me, that's all that matters to me. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I really don't. I don't care if you want to fucking call the offense a certain way because you're a new fucking coach, the offensive coordinator coach. I don't give a fuck, dude. All I care about is getting that win, dude. Time management, score management, managing your timeout, like all that shit. And you had control of this game despite the possession of time. Despite all the success the Cardinals had. We had the game in the bag, dude. When there was 5 minutes left, we were running the clock. We get a holding call, which yes, they're drive killers. But you had momentum going into that second down and 16 by doing a slant play and getting 8 yards. You just need to move, and get up first. That's all you need to do. You need to draw up plays to get a couple of yards. But stop doing this quarterback sneak run and then let's do it again. Like, that's just fucking stupid. That's too predictable. Do a quarterback sneak, then do a slant, then do a draw with Swift, then do a quarterback. Like, do shit like that. That's literally, dude, like, that's 4 different plays I just explained. Different. They're not, this is not quarterback sneak. I mean, and like, there was just some plays that, some drives, they were successful, but, and that one, I feel like he just made a couple, and there was a couple of points we had today where I feel like they're on him. They're on Brian Johnson. They're just on, like, the 3 and outs are on him, dude. Like, the fact that he can't have the talented team that he has on offense to move the chains is just, it falls on him. It literally does, dude. It falls on him. And like I said, it falls, since we lost to the Cowboys, it falls in the Cowboys' favor, right? I believe if we tie with the Cowboys, it falls on a conference play or some shit like that. Like, I know we're going to end up, if they win against the Commanders next week, I believe we're both 5-1. If we win 2, we will become both 5-1, but they won the last matchup, and I think it also goes with conference play. Since San Francisco won, I believe that's it, dude. They're number 1, and I think they've clinched number 1 seed. So they're number 1 seed regardless what happens. And I knew that for a fact since a couple of weeks ago that number 1 seed was out of the. I mean, there was a chance, but we needed to win this game and then hope next week they lose to the Rams. But that's out of the bag. We lost today, so there's no even sense of talking about that dumb shit. Um, but like I said, man, I do think we cut our losses because we're gonna be shorthanded next week. If Devontae Smith, if Devontae Smith's injury is serious, I mean it's very limited next year. I don't even think I risk any more talent, dude. I mean, we need everybody we got going into the playoffs. I mean, we really do, dude. I don't know if Dallas loses to Commander or not. I mean, if they do, but I don't know how that side's being managed. You know, if they lose and we lose or what happens, we do have to travel to New York. But I just, to me, in my eyes and the way things are going, dude, I don't play anybody. Honestly, I sit everybody. That's what the fuck I do next week. I'd sit everybody, cut my losses, 6th, 5th, or whatever seed we land on, and go with that. And then I play all my cards in the playoffs. Fuck it, dude. To me, that's all that matters. Like, that's all that, and just hope that this fucking stubborn ass, the worst play caller in NFL history, starts doing, you know, slant routes and just chains movement. First downs, dude, is key to me in Brian Johnson's head that he's blind to, dude. He's blind to. He just keeps trying to go for it all. Every drive, every series. It's costing us losses, games. I mean, it literally is, man. It literally is. And he's over his head, man. Like, the fact that we're 11-5, I mean, he makes it seem like we're just dominating on every side and phase. We're gonna have bad games like today in defense. And it's just, it falls on him to manage it correctly. And today, another failed management, dude. To me, he's got 4 of these 5 losses. They're on him, dude. That one loss in Dallas, 3 turnovers by 3 of our best players. That literally falls more on the players than him. I would have to say like 75% of those 3 fumbles, that's on us, on the offensive player side, than it is on Brian Johnson. But everything else is on this guy, dude. He's costed us the number 1 seed. He's probably costed us the division. And I feel like most of this, maybe that one loss in Dallas is not preventable. And also maybe in San Fran. I mean, when we were at home against San Francisco. But the other 3 losses that we have they're pretty manageable. You could have gotten wins out of them. You really could have. At least 2 out of those 3 games, you could have gotten wins out of them. But because you're so stubborn and you're so into your mind and you don't listen to anybody, you know, or what anybody's telling you, you know, on how we should win, it's just shit that makes sense. You know, at first it was running the ball. Now it's, you know, doing specific play call. Like, people have to dissect you, dude, to tell you what to do, man. Because it, like, they even showed that. I don't know if you guys were watching the game, but like, when the girl's like, what are you doing? At that same moment, I'm like, how fucking dumb can you be to call that twice? After the game we've been having, like, I mean, come on, dude. It's 2nd and 16. And I know they were looking for a pass play, but I mean, do you really think that they would have expected a slant? Because I don't anticipate they would have. I think we could have got 8 yards back. It would have been a 3rd and fucking 8 instead of a 3rd and 20. I mean, and like I said, it's not just on that drive and that series. We had a couple of punts today, which to me, they don't make sense. Especially when you go 3 plays and you punt it. Now, if you go 10 plays, if you go 9 plays and you punt it, you know what? You moved the ball. You got first downs. Plus, the time was wasted. There wasn't enough time for the Cardinals to drive and score. What did they have? They had 35 points today. You know, to score fucking 29 fucking second half points, dude. 29. Because you just can't simply, it's time management. It's play calling, decision making. Like, and all these are on Brian Johnson, the offense coordinator. They fall on his fucking head, dude. They fall on his decisions. I mean, Jesus. And I know people are going to be like, why are you wearing that hat? Bitch, we are still the conference champions. And until somebody dethrones us, and we're in the playoffs, motherfucker. We're in the playoffs. So until you can roll over our dead bodies, you can't tell me shit about my hat, because we are the conference champions. There's no, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry, bitch. Last time we raised the championship was last year, and we're still within that year and that championship cycle of the NFC champions right now. So, yeah, bro. That's all I have to say about this game, man. Once again, another poor offensive play calling a game. And yeah, you know, people are going to be like, what do you mean? Like, Doug Peterson, that was the 4-12 team. Like, what are you talking about? Or maybe not, you know, because Doug Peterson and the Jags right now, they're not looking so bad. So, I mean, that shows you. And I know they've had some bad games too, but I mean, to me, they've put up 40 points in a couple of games. I think today they were up 27-0 or some shit like that. I mean, that's pretty impressive to me, dude. And yeah, man, just poor management, man. Just poor man. Like you know what? They were close games. The losses that I mentioned, they were close games, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It's stuff that you can control. And that's where I feel like, no, like I don't think he needs another year, man. I really don't think he needs another year, because he's gonna come back, and I guarantee you, do not do all the same things 100%, but I can guarantee you 88% of this year is gonna go into next year's play calling, and that's what I'm fucking scared of, dude. And I feel like if that does happen, I mean, first let's see how this season ends, dude. Because what if I'm wrong, you know, about everything that I said? What if it goes a different way from the Giants game to the Super Bowl? You know, what if this guy wins it? You know, and to me, saying all this to motivate us winning the championship, like, that's all I care about, dude. I just want this team to win, dude. I just want this team to win a championship. Yes, they've won in my lifetime. We've been to 3 Super Bowls since, you know, my lifespan, and I thank God for it. But I'm not, dude. I'm never satisfied, dude. Like, if we win this year, I want us to win next year. I want us to win the year after. I always want this team to fucking win. That's why I get pissed off, man. That's how I get pissed off, because I feel like most of the time it's discipline, you know, as far as coaching or player, and the defensive side in particular, the defensive discipline, the players aren't defensive. They don't have enough discipline right now. They just don't. The play call, we've had different defensive play callers, which I feel like has a lot of effect on the way our defense has been playing. But yeah, man, I'm just gonna end it at that, man. Like, literally, I hope this man, you know what, everyone's gonna be like, you don't like him or whatever, but it's just the fact that the way things have gone, dude. The way not just me, but all of Eagle fans, people booing the Eagles team in a home game. It is just a disaster. It really is, dude. But hopefully all this motivates Brian Johnson, man. Hopefully this guy can figure it the fuck out, man. I mean, we Lord knows that this team needs it for the playoffs, for a run, for anything, a championship, man. A championship. So, yeah, man. Next week we have the Giants. I think we should sit everybody. We'll see what they do. Whatever the case is, obviously, fly Eagles fly. I'm still always and will be bleeding this team, man. I will bleed green, dude. Every time, bro. Every single time. Remember to follow your boy, subscribe to my channel, hit that alert button, so you know when I drop a video, bro. It's a shame that before I leave, it's a shame that I couldn't drink today for you guys, but you know, it's in the afternoon. It's way too early for me to get my drink on, man. First of all, that's just way too early. Maybe for an afternoon game, like at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, maybe. But today it was at 12, and you know how it is, man. It's just, it's way too early. I don't drink that early. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, peace out. I'll see you guys then, dog.